It's so important because freedom is why we do this. And I know because of all the beautiful women I serve or in peers that I have in conversations, every entrepreneur at the core, we build because we want freedom. Freedom of life, freedom of impact, freedom of money, like all of those things. And that's the thing I keep hearing, just pure freedom, which is the most important thing. I am so excited to have this conversation with the one and only Sharri Freedman, who is a certified coach, certified neuroidentity evolution coach, and divorce expert. The work that you do, Sherri, is extraordinary because you use divorce as the portal, the catalyst for what I perceive to be true liberation for women, right? Because divorce is like that external moment that life gives us, and then it goes, now what are you going to do with it? And how are you going to navigate it? And who are you going to become? So I am so grateful for you, the work that you do, the women that you serve, and to have this conversation with you about certification and about platinum for so many of our certified practitioners that are interested in platinum, and also our new women that are considering coming into certification that want to understand why platinum, right, when there's this other foundational level option available to them. So before I get into questions, is there anything you would add to the work that you're doing in the world different than how I described it?
No, I think you described it really well.
Okay, yay. I'm so excited. Okay, so we already understand that, so beautiful listener, right? Sherri is certified in the work, and you chose to go platinum. You chose to access the unlimited license and rights to the beautiful methodology and all the things inside of it. So what I'm curious about is, before you invested in platinum, what did the business model look like and how did it feel before you made this choice?
Yeah. So my business model has shifted quite a bit, but in the beginning, when I first started using certification, the Mind Magic experience, it was a live call and a teaching call every week. And I wasn't really, so that was for when I was running, which my group is called Liberated. My version of Mind Magic is Liberated. And so for those clients, everything was live 2 times a week. It was exhausting, first of all. And because of the way that my business runs and the way that my personal life runs, I travel quite a bit with my husband. We're kind of in the back 9 of our lives. And so it was difficult even just to schedule the 12. I ran it in a 12-week cohort. So to even just schedule the 12 weeks, to have 12 weeks where I'm actually in, where I could deliver. Mm-hmm. So that's how that was looking. And then for my private clients, because I worked primarily with private clients, I was not teaching them the work because there wasn't space to be able to teach them and coach them. And so I brought it in bits and pieces, but they weren't really getting the full experience, the full transformation. So that's kind of what that looked like. And that's all I had, right? That's all that I offered was Liberated when it ran and private coaching.
Got it. So what happened for you that made you say, okay, platinum is the move, I'm doing this?
Yeah. So first of all, I would not have been able to invest in platinum without the work. Just like flat out. Like you tell the story of how, you went and spent all that money on the retreat without really knowing, is this even going to happen? For my nervous system, the investment in platinum is a significant investment and it's all upfront. There's no payment plan. At least there wasn't when I did it, or at least if the payment plan, you couldn't use it until you paid in full. So I did a lot of work on just making it safe to be able to take the leap without knowing, is this going to be a sound investment? Is this going to work the way I think it's going to work? And I just had to trust that this is what I needed to do in order to make my life work the way I wanted it to work, to be able to share the work and also enjoy my life.
Yes. Yes, yes. The enjoy your life part is key. And it's funny, I'm laughing extra because my most recent tattoo, hold on, says enjoy your life, right? Like I literally had to put it on because, and Zoe, so who and beautiful listener, Zoe is my youngest of three and she's at college. All of mine are also empty nesters. We're in the back nine. I love how you said that. And she's home right now for spring break and we're talking about perspective and she's just saying, she's like, you know what? I just realized like, I can't believe my sophomore year is almost ending. Like I need to enjoy every moment. And I put my arm out. I was like, you need to enjoy your life. Like that's what it's about. And when you're picking your career, right? Like the work that you and I do as we work with so many beautiful, successful women, so much of it is undoing the shit and the choices. And, even you and I, like I had a corporate career, you had you were a divorce lawyer. Like, I think that's really important that we underscore. So anyway, my point is the fact that when we do this work and when we embody it, the effect it has also not only on our clients, but on our kids to be like, choose what you love now, not what you think you're supposed to be doing and enjoy your life.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. I love it. So to be clear for the beautiful listener, Platinum gives you the ability to create passive products, to run funnels, to build memberships, to do pre-recorded training, to bring the methodology into, let's say, corporations or businesses that want to, let's say someone wants to hire Sherri to do an incredible talk inside somebody else's legal financial divorce hub or something like that. Sherri can go in, kick ass, and they can keep it in their LMS or their portal because the Platinum license rights allows for that, all of those things to happen, right? Versus the live only that you were describing of that foundational level. So now that you are Platinum, what has that done for your freedom? What has changed in your business model? Tell us the other side of Platinum.
Yeah. So for my private clients, they get the entire transformation that they can go through on their own time, guided somewhat by me, but I'm not teaching it. So and some choose not to, but many of them choose to go through, and I can then direct them, listen to the module on fear, or listen to the module on thought loop. Let's then work through that on a live call, but we're not teaching it and then using that time because time is limited. And then, so then we could just jump right in. And then with the Voxer access, because my private clients have access to me through Voxer, we can go back and forth. I've done side-by-sides with them through Voxer and the thought loop with them through Voxer, but they already have the foundation inside the portal that they can access whenever they need to. And I didn't have to take that extra step of teaching it to them, which would have taken. So I coach in 6-month packages. So that would have taken about, 12 weeks if I did, one week and given with my travel and everything, or even 10 weeks based on the old new model. And so, and even with the new model that's coming, it would have eaten up a lot of the coaching space. And a lot of my clients want that practical tactical along with the inner work. So to find that balance without having an hour and a half or 2-hour coaching call with a client, it really just allowed for me to be able to give them what they needed and also allow me to then coach them through whatever they were experiencing in the moment when they come on the coaching call. Mm-hmm. So for private coaching, it's been amazing because, like I said, in the past, my private clients didn't have access to the work other than what I shared with them on a coaching call. And also the coaching calls are not recorded, so they didn't have access to go back and listen to it again or anything like that. With regard to my group experience, so I've recently changed the model and I'm kind of testing that out. But before I changed the model, it was, I can't remember now how many calls I did, but it was all, I did not teach. So they would get it and we would go week by week, but they were assigned kind of like how you had Mind Magic, how it had evolved, where you watch, module 1 happens and then you have a coaching call, and then module 2 happens and then you have a coaching call. So I had integration weeks. So there were weeks where I wasn't meeting with them, which also then allowed me to schedule my travel, right, and kind of have that freedom So that worked pretty well, but I was missing the deep dives into the work.
Hmm.
So recently, which aligned beautifully with the new becoming that's happening, is I decided before I even knew becoming was going to be happening to try a 6 month cohort. Well, actually, it's not a cohort. I'm testing rolling enrollment,
Yes.
and I can do that because it's all recorded.
Huge.
It is huge. So I have people who have been in it. I have who've already gone through and are coming back through. I have people who are starting. So we're not week by week by week. I am taking pieces of the work and deep diving every month into a piece of the work, which actually aligns beautifully with the 6 modules in becoming. So this month we're doing the deep dive on emotions, and we're going to do just pull out. We're going to do worksheets together. We're going to really like workshop it. That's one of the calls. And then the second call that we have that month is a coaching call where they can bring any coaching questions they have. It can be about the work or not about the work. I'm really, really liking it. The feedback that I'm getting has been really positive. It's still in the sort of testing phase, but I'm really liking that. And I would not have been able to do that if I didn't have platinum.
It's huge. And I wanted to just be here with you for a minute because right now, like we are having a real live moment experience because I was not aware until right now that you were testing that. And I'm so pumped and I'm so excited because that's one of the powers and intents of platinum. When you don't have any guardrails, right? Other than the only thing that no one will ever be able to do is certify other people in the work. That's the only thing I'm never giving away. But otherwise, you have no limits. So to hear live in the moment with you, you're like, well, wait a minute, I'm trying this new thing now because it's our work. It's your work and it's my work. So you're accordioning it. That's not a word, but whatever, to your population, to your life, right? In a way that is lighting you up and you're getting great feedback on because you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's huge.
So that's one way. Those
Okay.
are two ways that I'm using it. The other way that I'm using it is I have a self-led product that is being tested as well. But what happened with the self-led? Oh, you disappeared.
Oh, hold on. I don't know. It'll be right back. Oh, there I am.
There you are.
Okay. Ta-da.
So with the self-led, it's called the Divorce Compass, which you actually helped me
Yes, I remember that.
when we were working together, and it kind of pulled together. And I'm offering it as a downsell right now in a 30-day intensive. So they don't get access to the full work, but they get access to the compass, which includes pieces of the work, pieces of our work, and then they get 2 calls with me and Voxer support for 30 days. And so some people will just take that and that's all they need, or that's all they choose to invest in. Other people will be like, okay, now I understand a little bit better about the work and I'm ready to invest in something more long-term. So then they'll either come into private or they'll come into Liberated, the Reinvention Lab, which is my 6-month group experience.
I love that.
Again,
Yeah.
without platinum, I wouldn't have been able to offer that 30-day intensive because I would have had to teach it live. I mean, it would have been cost prohibitive for me to teach it live and to coach them and the Voxer. Like it would have defeated the purpose of kind of having a downsell.
Yeah.
So that's another way that I'm using it. Also, playing around with creating a lead magnet that might use pieces of the work that I can, talk about and record and not have to worry about, is this infringing on live versus pre-recorded, licensing. So it just gives you so much more freedom to just go out and use the work and not have to be focused on, am I within the guardrails of what basic certification provides.
Yeah, I love it. So I'm hearing everything it has done for your clients. What has having platinum level done for you, like in your own internal freedom, your own authority, how you're seeing yourself, in the awesomeness that you are?
Yeah. So like I said, my husband and I like to travel. So it really allows me to be able to design my experiences around when I'm going to be available to be live and know that clients still have access to the work, still can have access to me through Voxer, but I don't feel the need to be on a call when I'm in Europe. right? Like I can choose to be, but I don't have to be. So I can choose to kind of design it where we get 2 calls a month, and they're not necessarily every other week. Some weeks they might be 2 calls in a row. Some weeks it might be the first week and the last week, and they have the schedule, but then they have the work so that I'm guiding them while we're not in session live. This is the recommendation. Here's what you should be focusing on. Like this month, the focus was on module 2 of the original Mind Magic work, because that's really, we're going to dig into emotions. And so I reminded them, hey, if you want to do something, go back, review module 2, but I'm not teaching them module 2. It's already there for them.
Right. That's amazing.
Yeah. So it just provides me with more freedom in being able to coach, which is what I love to do. Yeah. I also I do love to teach the work, but it gives me that balance. If I wanted to, like the new model that I have, it allows me to teach a little bit, but not be required to teach the entire program.
Yeah.
I get to choose what I want to teach.
Right. Exactly.
If I love business, I can teach business.
Right. It's so important, because freedom is why we do this. And I know, because of all the beautiful women I serve, or in peers that I have in conversations, every entrepreneur at the core, we build because we want freedom. Freedom of life, freedom of impact, freedom of money, like all of those things. And as I'm listening to you, as if I don't know this already, that's the thing I keep hearing. Just like freedom to decide if I want to do this. Freedom if when we're away, I don't have to do any of that. Freedom to send my clients to rewatch a module. It's just pure freedom, which is the most important thing, What has it done for your revenue and your ability to create verticals in the company?
That's an interesting question. I don't have an exact answer for you on that. I don't know necessarily. Like, somebody had actually asked me this recently, like, have you made your money back from your investment in Platinum? And I'm not sure that I necessarily have made my money back from Platinum per se, but the time that it's given me back, if you calculate out what that would have cost in time, absolutely. Because if I wanted to run a group experience and also have private clients, meeting twice a week takes 2 hours of a day. And it's from an energetic standpoint, at least for me, I love the group, but it's energetically draining for me. So I have to make sure that I have my buffers, right? An hour before, I don't have anything scheduled. An hour after, I don't have anything scheduled. So that 2 hours is actually 4 hours of a day.
Right. And if
twice a week,
how much if you look at your pay rate,
exactly,
that's a lot of money.
Yeah. So now I only have 1 day a week, twice a month, that I show up and coach inside my community. And then the other days I have, my Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are typically my coaching days. So Tuesdays I have availability to have consults and to do coaching, and Thursdays coaching, and Wednesdays, I could take one private client plus the group, the group experience. So from that perspective, so again, talking about freedom, it just frees my schedule up to be able to have more places where I can have other clients who aren't in the group experience.
Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing. And I would invite you to do the numbers, because I sense that you have more than made your money back. Because even what you're saying is if you're bringing on a couple more private clients because you created the space, because of Platinum, that's all revenue that's attributed to the lever you pulled for this new 6-month group. Do you know what I'm saying? And all those things for yourself, just to see the black and white of it is huge. Yeah. So I love that. Amazing. Is there anything I haven't asked you about Platinum? I'm going to ask you what you want to tell someone who's considering it, but is there anything that I haven't asked you that you're like, but wait, this is the other thing about it that's really significant? Or do you feel like we've covered
I think we've probably covered it. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not something that I regret at all. Like, I'm so happy that my future self allowed me to make the investment, that I gave her the power.
Yes.
To say yes to Platinum, because it really did open up for me the way that I operate and the way that I can run my business. And without it, I think it would just be a different business model.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So what would you say to the woman who really she already knows she wants certification. She knows this is for her. What would you say to her about platinum?
So I think don't be focused on how can I make my money back? Think of it as an investment in yourself, in your business, in your time, in your freedom, in your clients, because you're also giving them the freedom to be able to have the work without you having to deliver it to them. So if you work with clients privately, you don't have to structure your private coaching calls around teaching them live or them not getting the work because you're choosing to coach in another way. So they get they get the best of both worlds. They get access to what we all know is one of the most amazing transformational experiences they could ever experience. And they get your amazing coaching. So they can have both, and it's not going to detract from the number of hours that you're spending with them or your ability to move them through whatever that your coaching is designed to move them through.
I love that.
So, and that's really the biggest thing, because for a while I was very focused on, this is a big investment. How will I make my money back? Will I make my money back? And I kind of had to let go of that mindset and just really lean into what else will this give to me and to my clients. And once I did that, it was like I just removed those other thoughts from my brain and really just continued to focus on the beauty of what I can do with platinum.
Yeah. I really loved what you're saying, because money is beautiful. We love money. We love money for what money can do. All the things. And as a society, we all over focus on it, and we don't pay enough attention to what you just said about the way you're moving through the world and the freedom that you have and the confidence to share things with your clients. Like, that is a priceless moment of success, right? And success experience that transcends the over focusing on, wait a minute, did this equal this and did this equal this? Because it's changed. What I'm hearing is it has changed your experience of being a business owner and a coach and a facilitator.
Absolutely.
And like, what else is there?
Yeah.
It's amazing. Yay. Amazing. Thank you so much, Sherri. I'm deeply grateful. Beautiful listener. If you haven't already applied, hit the apply button, get on a call, and let's see what's aligned for you. Thank you so much, Sherri.
Thank you.